Hello everyone, I have returned from my journey to Agartha, and I bring back wondrous tales of what I have seen. Monster girls. During my weeks of artistic training under an Agarthan master, with the help of a translator, I was able to study the local wildlife up close. Spider girls, slime girls, and more. A truly incredible number of demi-humanoid species, or in other words, human-like creatures with non-human traits. I have filled my personal journal with notes and illustrations about these monster girls. Everything I was able to see, their unique anatomies, cultural practices, and some other cute and perhaps even funny things. And now I will share them all with you in Biology of Monster Girls, Volume 1. Spider girls. Contrary to popular belief, there are multiple subspecies of spider girls. I'm going to tell you about 2 of them. I came across the first when I was walking alone in the deep woods, seeking only edible roots and possibly a small beast for my nightly stew. I heard a light clicking sound to my right. I turned and saw her climbing down a tree, a half-human, half-spider hybrid. I was so surprised by this, I literally sharted. But my curiosity rooted me to the spot, so I held out a wild onion I had just dug up as a peace offering. I asked if I might speak with her and learn more about her species. To my astonishment, she said yes. Now, let's look at the body. While humans use muscles to pull their bones in multiple directions, spiders can't do that, because they don't have bones. They also do not have extensor muscles. Spiders can only curl their limbs in, not out. So they use hydraulics. That's right, in order to extend their legs, spiders pump fluid into them, inflating the limbs like a balloon. You can try walking like them. Lie down on your stomach and flex your wiener, kind of like you're riding a Minecraft boat on dry land. If your pelvic floor muscles are strong enough, then you should, technically, be able to pull yourself along without using your legs or your hands. This is why spiders, and by extension, spider girls, are insanely fast. Sinuses within the body contract and force blood into the legs at extremely high pressures. This is used as a means of moving or jumping and allows for very powerful and sudden motion. The problem is, if the spider girl gets a cut on their leg, then the pressurized fluid will start to spray out. Since blood pressure is necessary for mobility, the spider will immediately use their internal valves to seal off fluid from the injured leg before amputating it. Rapid pressure loss is very dangerous for a spider since a leak is fatal to the entire system. So, they will react to the injury and snap their leg off, all in less than 1 second. The good news is, arachnid legs grow back very quickly. If you look more closely at their body, you can see that spider girls are covered in tiny, sensitive hairs. Because the spider is encased in a hard shell, they can't really feel anything, so it fixes that problem with these hairs. Spider hairs are so sensitive that they can detect the air currents made by the wings of a fly from several feet away. You can try feeling stuff like a spider too. Go onto a public subway during the summer and gently rub your leg hairs against the guy sitting next to you. The best part is, there is plausible deniability, so you can always say that it was an accident. But legally, it is harassment. Also, the hairs underneath a spider's feet contain chemical sensors that lets them taste. Because of this, spider girls are known to keep their homes very clean because they instantly taste whatever is on the floor. If she stepped in a drop of spilled soda, she would taste the sugar. If she stepped into the bedroom of the average Riot Games playing Diddy Blood, she would immediately die. So, to prevent this from happening, they like wearing thick socks. Since spiders produce silk, they don't use tape or glue. Consider the following. Let's say you're dating a spider girl. If you give her a movie ticket, a flower, or a Polaroid photo, she will stick it onto the wall near her bed with a tiny dab of silk. Spider silk lasts for years, so her bedroom walls end up becoming a semi-permanent collage of things she finds important. Picture this. It's a rainy day. She's shivering violently, so you take off your favorite hoodie and drape it over her shoulders. A week goes by, then a month. You never get the hoodie back. Finally, you go over to her house. You find your hoodie, glued to the wall. This other time, I was carrying 2 buckets of water up the 999 steps to my hut. But just as I got to the door, a dead body dropped down from the roof and landed at my feet. I looked more closely, and I saw that a large portion of it was made entirely out of spider web. Before I could drop my heavy buckets, the body jerked upright and held out its hand for a handshake. Hesitantly, I took it. The skin was cold and leathery because the body was extremely dead. That's when I felt it. a tiny tickle against my palm. A single little spider crawled out of an opening on the hand, waved its front legs at me, and then ducked back inside. I think it was saying hello. This kind of reminded me of the time when I found a spider crawling around on my floor in the middle of summer. I thought there was something strange about it because it was extremely big, and it looked like there was stuff growing on its back. So I leaned in, all the way to get a closer look. And then I saw that it was actually 50 spiders riding on the back of their mama. Anyways, I looked more closely at whatever I was shaking hands with, and I could see dozens of spiders crawling in and out of the many openings on the skin. They seemed friendly, so I invited them inside my hut for lunch. As it turns out, this was another species of spider girl. Or, more specifically, a spider colony using the dead body of a girl as a mobile shelter, like a hermit crab. Now, not all spider colonies have a home. First, colonies without a host will send out fast-moving scouts to look for freshly dead bodies. Large numbers of them will converge on bodies in the nearby area. During this period, the scouts will check for multiple things like skeletal integrity and body size. If major bones have been broken, or if the body is too big for the colony, then the scouts will move on. Afterwards, if the scouts agree on a suitable host, then they mobilize everybody. All spiders will migrate at the same time, like a big, thick carpet, before crawling into the mouth, nose, and any open wounds of their host. The colony's first step is to eat all muscle tissue and organs to lighten the body. They locate the stomach and intestines, puncture them, and flood the cavity with digestive enzymes to liquefy the organs. Then they eat everything, except for the bones and ligaments connecting the joints. The colony also drinks all body fluids, which mummifies the body and turns the skin into a tough, dry leather. Several navigator spiders cluster inside each eye socket, which relay sensory input to the queen sitting inside the cranium. Then, workers puncture the skin, which create holes for oxygen to enter. At this point, the body is ready to pilot. Spiders gather in the hollowed-out chest and pelvis and replace the major muscle groups with cables of silk webbing. Hundreds of spiders anchor themselves to major bones and physically pull on the silk cables to move the body. A dried, hollowed-out human with only the bones, dried skin, and ligaments would weigh something like 40 to 50 pounds. Since spiders can pull approximately 10 times their own body weight, a 50-pound host would need a colony of approximately 12,000 to 15,000 spiders. By the way, marionette colonies are very difficult to kill. If you shoot the body, hit it with a blunt object, cut it, stab it, punch it, nothing happens. The colony will repair any injuries with spiderweb. If, hypothetically, you were to stomp on the torso, then thousands of spiders will pour out of the rupture site and crawl all over you, and especially all over your dick. They are weak to fire though. Since several thousand individuals are in a single body, there is a time delay before decisions are made. Consider the following scenario. You take her to a restaurant. Then you ask her, do you want pizza or tacos? She will freeze completely for 10 seconds. But she isn't ignoring you. The several thousand spiders inside are voting on which would be the better option. Sometimes the spiders will be more or less evenly split on an opinion. You might see her right hand try to grab a soda, while her left hand tries to slap it away, because the colony is having a disagreement over sugar intake. The spiders on the right think they need more glucose and reach for the soda. Spiders on the left think that the teeth are rotting and more soda would not be a good idea, so they try to physically censor their opposition. When they do eat something, the body doesn't really chew or digest it. The arm drops a piece of food, like a dead rat, into the mouth hole. A team of spiders catches it and drags it down into the dark to be shared, like dropping a letter into a mailbox. To the colony, the human body is their house, so they take pride in it. Since the skin is preserved leather, the colony never showers, since water causes rot. Instead, the spiders spend hours cleaning the skin themselves. If the girl spills coffee on her chest, hundreds of spiders pour out of the nearby holes. They drink the coffee to remove the moisture. Then, they vomit enzymes on the sticky residue to dissolve the sugar. Finally, they retreat back inside the holes, leaving the spot perfectly clean and dry within 30 seconds. But sometimes, things break. If she trips and falls, she might accidentally dislocate her jaw. Since the body has no pain response, she will calmly reach up and snap it back into place. If the body gets a scratch or a hole, then they have to patch it. The colony might resort to using nearby materials to conserve web. It is not uncommon for a colony girl to walk around with a sticker on her cheek, because the skin had a small tear, and the workers thought the sticker looked cool. Since spiders are cold-blooded, and generating their own heat is metabolically expensive, the colony prefers to steal heat. She will stand in a sunbeam for hours. And because humans are 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit perpetual heat rocks, the spider colony girl will aggressively invade your personal space. If you sit on the couch, she will immediately sit, touching you, or on top of you, cuddling for warmth. Bro, I know I'm speaking for everybody when I say we all crack in this. Yes, I'm talking about me and you. There's enough spiders for everyone. Alright, I was going to talk about slime girls here, but I'm going to leave that for next time. Thank you for watching. That's all I have for today. More content is on the way.